As we're getting ready for tonight's game between the Bellingham Blazers and the Foxborough Warriors. Foxborough coming off a big tie the other night, a game that looked for all intents and purposes like they were going to drop their second straight to Attleboro before getting a goal with just over a minute left from Taylor Sharpman. He's hopefully coming in, going to stay hot tonight. Bellingham's led here by their senior defenseman number 9, Colin Day, leads their team with 6 goals and 2 assists with 8 points of the team's total 21. Followed closely by number 8, Shane Hamill, sophomore forward. He's got two goals and an assist for 3 points of their 21. So between them, really, those are the 2 guys that Foxborough's got to keep an eye on today. And the starting line, offsides with Ronnie McClellan, Tanner Kennedy, and Kirk Leach. Coming out with Aiden Sullivan and Taylor Sharpman. Leach loses the face-off. Puck back to Sharpman. Sharpman couldn't quite get that pass across to Kennedy, and it's coming back in deep. Bellingham on the attack. McClellan with the puck. Loses it, but Leach is able to turn that back over. And dumped deep back by Hamill. Sorry, that's Colin Day. Nice cross ice clear by Sullivan. And it's dumped deep by McClellan. Line change on for Foxborough. And Day loses an edge. Fortunately for Foxborough, he was coming up the ice pretty hard. And here comes... Oh, a very nice move by Brendan Tully. Brendan gets through, but loses his stick in the process, and now we're shorter defensemen, but here comes McInnes. Heavy forecheck coming now. Gets it clear to Bertuman. Bertuman loses out on the line there to Kyle Robitaille. Hopefully no relation to Luke. Puck goes deep and around. Tully back to get it. Rager stops it behind the net for Tully. Hard forecheck coming from Bellingham. Tully up through, splits the splits the forecheck and going. Ricketts coming up the side, absorbs a hard check, but here comes Tully with Bertuman. Ricketts. Garabrandt, Tully dumps back behind. There goes Garabrandt to go get the puck. He's knocked off it there. Still a nice forecheck there by Garabrandt. Ooh, there's a pretty good interference call, not made. And Rager with an easy save on the dump in from center. Tully coming back with the puck, dumps it around the side to Garabrandt. Garabrandt coming up the half boards, just gets it clear. And Bellingham clearly wants to come out and hit some kids tonight. And hopefully Foxborough can stay disciplined and match the intensity, but take no penalties today. And Day back in his own end. Long cross ice pass coming back down. And this is number 10, Thomas Malhout, with the shot and going over, but Rager gloves it anyway. Face off to Rager's glove side. 12:28 left to go in the first. And McClellan, Leach, and Kennedy back out with Kennedy and Sharpman. Nice face-off win there by Leach. Leach gets it out. Here comes Kennedy off the chip from McClellan. Coming down, gets it back to McClellan. McClellan has a shot there in the middle. And this, Ronnie had a bit of an open net, rushed the shot just a little bit and pulled it. Great opportunity, though. Nice pass by Tanner Kennedy there. Sharpman gets it back to Leach, coming back through center. And Kirk is just going to get it deep. Taylor tries to get a couple of shots through. Both are blocked. Back into Sullivan in the zone. Chips it past Day, coming through hard on the rush. Now back out to Day on the point, and he's unable to control it and keep it in the zone. To Sharpman. Sharpman back out to McClellan. McClellan can't handle. Sharpman gets it back at his own blue line, dumps it back to McClellan. McClellan again, can't quite get it through. Sharpman now gets it deep, and Foxborough will change. Turned that one over. Bertuman gets it. Bertuman skating up through center. Avoids the back check. Gets it to Ricketts. Oh, Ricketts goes hard into the boards, but he seems to be okay. Garabrandt with the puck down in the Bellingham corner of the zone. Bertuman with it in the other corner, pinned up against the boards by a couple of Blazers there. Puck reversed back around to Tully. Tully takes a step in, turns to shoot, gets the shot through, and a goal! Beautiful goal there. Can't tell if Ricketts got it in front, Ricketts or Bertuman, but certainly that's, if not a goal for Tully, it's an assist. But certainly think that's Tully's goal by the looks of it. And 1-0 Foxborough at 10:43. That's a big goal for Foxborough coming off an emotional game the other night. Very nice start, fast start for the boys. And this is kind of what they needed here coming into a game like this that had all the makings of a trap game for them, and their nice little play there. And it's off the face-off, won by Bellingham, is flipped out of the zone by Bradley Swain, and it'll come back to center. And we have Ricketts, Garabrandt, and Bertuman still on the ice with Tully and McInnes. Ricketts taking the face-off. McInnes is able to clear the zone, get the puck back up. Oh, here's a turnover coming in. Shot deflected up over by Rager. Might have been over anyway, but it's too close to even bother to let go. So nice play there. Here comes Garabrandt coming back down hard, 1-on-2. Nice win in the corner. He gets stood up pretty well, but it ends up with a puck. Nicely done there. Gets it back to McInnes. McInnes' shot coming through. Not sure. There's a penalty call here on number 16, Brennan McCann. I'm sorry. So Bellingham's going to be shorthanded here at the 10:05 mark as Foxborough looks to take a big step forward here, looking for their second of the game. And on the power play, we've got Leach, McClellan, Ricketts, Sullivan, and Tully. And Leach wins the faceoff. Did a very nice job against Attleboro winning faceoffs and getting some good zone time. Nice shot from the point by Sullivan. A little lack of net front presence there. Be nice to get a screen out there. Face-off again, 9:57 and counting. Nice win again by Leach. Out to Tully. Tully steps in, comes back out to the top, across to Sullivan. Sullivan looks to take a step in, gets it back to Tully. Tully across, shot from the top of the circle, gets all the way through, saved. Nice handle by Ricketts to keep it, and back out to Tully at the point. Tully squaring up, over to Leach on the sideboard. Back to Tully on the top. Sullivan down in the corner. Sullivan walking out to the top, gets it to Tully. 9:15 left, 1:09 left in the penalty. Shot by Tully again, nice save. Rebound there for the take-in, and we just don't have anybody there. Sullivan over to Tully again. Tully in with the shot, misses wide. This is going to get out of the zone. 54 left on the power play as Sullivan comes back into his own zone to collect. Just misses Tully, and Foxborough gets kind of fortunate here as that puck is mishandled at center by Bellingham. Bellingham has too many guys on the ice, but one jumps off. Leach down in the corner, gets it back to the top to Tully. 35 seconds to go. Sullivan turns to shoot and holds it up. Goes back across to Tully. Misses him, but Tully's able to collect that back at the top of the zone. Tully back down now around the back of the net here. And Bellingham's doing a nice job of crunching back in their little box, but honestly, Foxborough's got to get some shots in there and got to keep some guys in front of the net here. McClellan down to the side on the goal line. This puck is cleared with 8 left to go in the power play, and that should do it for the power play. But Tully back to get the puck. We've got a change coming here with Garabrandt and Bertuman. Here comes Tully, full head of steam coming through, high slot shot. Oh, nice save. Foxborough's got life though. Looking much better than they did in the first period against Attleboro. Kennedy coming back with a nice hit there. Sharpman behind his own net around to Garabrandt. Garabrandt's just with a chip, gets it out. Here comes Kennedy up the side. Day is able to cut that one off for Bellingham. And that was close to not a good hit. He got a little bit lucky that he stumbled there. If he'd have come in full force on that one, he'd have got a 2-minute visit. Sullivan up the boards, and Garabrandt with a touch, so icing waved there. Day behind his own net. It's somebody who we got to keep an eye on coming out. And both Kennedy and McClellan do a nice job there of making sure he's not able to get any space. And here comes Ronnie McClellan on the heavy forecheck. And Leach with the steal. Back to McClellan. McClellan with Peppard. Pepper just can't quite get a stick on that one, but here's the shot. Sullivan shoots wide. Back to Leach. Leach gets it deep and keeps it in. Bellingham's now able to clear to Scharfman. Scharfman at center, reverses to Sullivan, still at neutral ice. To Peppard. Peppard gets it over to Leach. Leach gets it deep. And McClellan back in on the forecheck. Nice little piece of work there. And they're able to get it past Scharfman on the blue line, all the way down, waved off icing. Here comes McInnes. McInnes does a nice turn. He was coming into the teeth of the forecheck. 2 men there on the forecheck, and did a very nice job. That looked a lot like it was tipped, but tipped on the Foxborough side of the red line, so it's still okay for the icing. Right now, Foxborough's got to keep the pressure on. Looking good so far through the first half of little over halfway through the first period. 6:14 left to go. Foxborough up 1-0. We got Leach in the face-off circle. And Leach is able to win another. He's been really good in the last 2 games on these face-offs. And that's a skill for a young freshman to come in and dominate the face-offs like he has been really good. And not sure why that was waved off. It didn't look like icing, but with both arms up, thought it was going to be called, and then they waved it off. McClellan gets in on the forecheck, gets a nice steal. Ooh, had Jared there in the high slot. Just missed him on the pass. Here's Leach. Leach gets it down to McClellan. McClellan, Peppard shoots. Oh, nice save. That's a positional save. I'm pretty sure he never saw that puck, but it's a nice save anyway. And that's Cameron LaHue in net for Bellingham. That's a nice save. He's made a couple of good saves today. He seems to be in the right position on most of these shots, and it's doing a nice job in there so far. We got Ricketts on the face-off with Garabrandt. Garabrandt wins. Oh, shot went through wide. Garabrandt got the shot through LaHue, and he just didn't get it, didn't score. And here's McInnes coming out, back in. That's offside. He brought it back out past the blue line, just barely, but then brought it back in for the offside. Foxborough's getting good pressure on. We got 5:24 left in the first. Love to see Foxborough get another one here, putting the pressure on, and you don't want to go in after this much pressure and just up 1-0. Here comes Tully around behind his own net. Cuts up between the 2 forechecks. We're coming back down now 3-on-3. Oh, Tully just has it poke checked away. Garabrandt does a very nice job of coming in behind, cleaning that up and getting it deep. Foxborough on the delayed offsides. Now we're good. Oh, Garabrandt just misses the steal. Here comes Bellingham 3-on-2. Shot's deflected up over the net. Tully with the puck. Tully carrying through into the neutral zone. Going 1-on-3 now. Beats the first defender and keeps it down in the corner. Nice job there. And Bellingham doesn't get it out. Nice play by Tanner Kennedy, backing up Tully on the blue line there, making a nice play to keep that puck in. Oh, Garabrandt loses sight of it. And coming back up with Bellingham. That's a nice play by, I think that was McInnes back there, coming up on Kyle Robitaille. And here's Tully behind the net. Loses it back there. Oh, nice stick save there on a shot coming from the point after the turnover. And if there's such a thing as a good icing, that's one of them. At 3:56 mark of the first, it's 1-0 Foxborough. Getting a little chaotic, which has cost us a couple of times this year back in the zone. And honestly, I like the decision from the senior captain to just get rid of that one and live to fight another day here. We've now got Leach, Kennedy, back on. Leach taking the face off. McClellan out here too. Oh, just weren't able to keep that one in. Oh, nice play out in front, Taylor Sharfman. And Kirk is going to get, oh, Kirk just loses that race, but Bellingham's offside, so no harm. Sullivan hard pass out to Leach. Leach steaming through center. Very nice. He's cutting across here to the far side. He's skated about all 200 feet that he could possibly get out of this rink. Gets it back to Sullivan at the point. Sully's shot. Gets through. This time we did have net front pressure, but just puck escaped him. McClellan back into Sharfman. Sharfman gets the shot through for the tip by Tanner Kennedy, but right on, and once again LeHue there for Bellingham. 3:10 to go here in the first, and line change brings back out Ricketts, Bertuman, and Garabrandt with Tully and McInnes on the back end. And Garabrandt with the puck. Nice little win. Gets it in front. We got it. Sam Garabrandt comes in, cleans up a nice little play there by Bertuman to stop the puck and get it on net and cause a little traffic there. Really nice step through, and 2-0 Foxborough. That's a big goal in this game, with Foxborough not known for exactly lighting the lamp a bunch of times. Getting too early is going to take a lot of pressure off, but still need to keep coming hard. It's a long game here, and this is a big 2 points for Foxborough if they can get them. Face off at center ice. Lost by Ricketts, but turned back by Garabrandt, but gives it right back to Bellingham, and Colin Day coming back out of his zone. Do not let him get speed, boys.
Let's go, Gold!
And Garabrandt gets the puck on the half board, moves it up, gets it deep. Two-man forecheck coming on Colin Day. Garabrandt's able to get in and put a hit on. They're still offsides. Now they're good as Bertuman comes through, drops it to Tully. Tully with a quick move, getting down to the goal line. Skates around behind the net. Oh, gets it right in front. Bertuman covering for Tully, gets it. Oh, shoots a little wide, but we again getting good net pressure today. Much better than we have in prior games. Tully intercepts. He's at the high slot, just off the hash mark, shoots wide. Good opportunity after good opportunity for Foxborough here. Kids playing really hard, right where they left off against Attleboro. The last 3 periods, including this one, have not looked like the team that started out against Attleboro in either of the games. Here's a steal. Ricketts coming in alone. Oh, just nice save by LeHue again. Nets off for Bellingham, and that's going to freeze the puck with 1:52 left. Foxborough up 2-0 here in the first. Foxborough right now sitting in their Division III standings at 1-1-1. This would be a huge win for them, getting them up to halfway mark of what they need to reach to be guaranteed of the state tournament. So critical 2 points here, especially with a 2-0 lead now in the first. Leach once again wins the faceoff. I'm going to feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot tonight. He's really done a nice job. Bellingham gets the clear up to Kyle McCann. Leach able to take the puck from McCann, dumps it through the middle, and comes right back into the Foxborough zone. Sullivan back to get it. Sullivan back behind his own net. Spins, keeps it, gives it back to Sharfman on the far goal line, gets it out to McClellan. McClellan with the touch, and comes all the way down. LeHue out to play it, plays it out to the corner for, ends up getting over to Tanner Kennedy. And Tanner's able to get it on net and held. But Ronnie McClellan really playing hard tonight and getting into the zone, putting a good forecheck on. He's come up with 3 or 4 pucks that were just kind of careless there from Bellingham in their own end. Face-off won, but a little too hard by Leach all the way out to center. Up to Sullivan. Sullivan flips all the way up to the blue line to McClellan. McClellan gets it deep. Quick delayed offsides, but Leach is able to touch up quickly. Kennedy in on the forecheck. Kennedy gets the puck loose, forces a bad pass out to the top. Sullivan shoots, well, and he gets Ronnie McClellan pretty good right there. Ronnie with a nice shot block. Give him credit where credit's due, and a beautiful seeing eye shot. Double screen in front. Sully with a bullet. That's a beautiful shot here. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes. And I'll tell you what, this is just not the same Foxborough that started the game against Attleboro. If this team had come out, I got to tell you, I think they'd have had that one too. At the end, lucky to get a point. Now looking like they're just rolling through that one. So this is a nice start for Foxborough. Again, Leach, McClellan, and Kennedy out with Sharpman and Sullivan on the blue line. That puck is won back and dumped deep by Brennan McCann. And here comes Leach with some speed. McCann's able to touch that one back into the Foxborough zone. Back to get it to Sharpman behind his own net. Goes up his corner to Sullivan coming back. Sullivan up around to Kennedy. Kennedy checked hard there, but Leach able to come away with the puck. No harm, no foul there. And there's a nice back check. Very nicely back checked by Sharpman. And Kyle Robitaille comes around, not able to get a shot on net. And Robitaille's probably rightly upset there at the end. I think we would have been too, but a lot of those have been gone, let go by the officials in this one, so kind of have to expect that. And at the end of one, 3-0 Foxborough, on a nice outing by the boys, and hopefully they can keep it up in the next two. You're on. All right, back for the second period here between Foxborough and Bellingham. Foxborough up 3-0 on goals by Tully, Garibrandt, and Sullivan. And looking good here, been playing hard in the whole first half. Leach wins yet another face-off. Comes in by himself, gets the shot. Nice save by LaHue for Bellingham. And we have Kennedy, McClellan, and Leach on the front line with Sharpman and Sullivan on the back. And Leach again wins. And once again, right to LaHue. Leach lining up again, wins it. Oh, nice tip, and LaHue with a nice positional save on that one. But Leach was won 3 straight faceoffs here and turned those into 3 shots. Oh, McClellan gets a nice little pass from Leach and just misses. McClellan with a nice hit there on number 10, Thomas Malhout. Oh, Leach just misses. Ooh, there's a cross check not called. And Colin Day trying to break through the middle there and just not able to. Tanner Kennedy with a nice little stand up there at the blue line. Oh, and Leach can't find it. He made a nice interception. The puck hits him. Didn't see it coming out. And puck dumped back out of Bellingham zone, back to Sharpman in his own zone. Circles in front of Rager, over to Sullivan. Sullivan not able to handle that one. Comes back behind the net to Sharpman. Sharpman dumps up hard the boards to Ronnie McClellan. Colin Day able to keep in for Bellingham. And Bellingham's going to go off for a change with Sullivan getting the puck in the far corner. Sullivan bringing it up himself, unmolested until he hits the neutral zone and is able to skate away. Gets it deep. He's now down below Bellingham's goal line. That puck is cleared away by Jake Schultz. Schultz is able to get that one up and out. Oh, McInnes with a nice one-on-one play there as Houston's trying to get it out for Bellingham. Schultz with an odd little dump into his own corner there behind his own net. Ricketts is able to come out with the puck. Gets it right in front. Oh, Bertuman's shot just goes off the back of the net. Kind of looked like it went in. Garibrandt with a nice play behind. Tries to walk out in front but gets poke checked. Still has the puck. Good strength and fitness there shown by Garibrandt. Ricketts into the corner. Able to take that puck from Hamill. Tully with a nice step in. Oh, splits the forecheck. It comes in, gets it, goes behind the net. Garibrandt standing there as well. Puck into the corner, and Colin Day is able to come back and get it for the Blazers. This could be trouble with Day coming out, but he's been out for the entire period, which is 2.5 minutes, and he finally gets a change, but ices the puck. So we're going to go all the way back down into the Bellingham zone on the icing by Day. And we've got now 12:33 left in the second. 3-0 Foxborough. The line of McClellan, Leach, and Kennedy back out with McInnes and Tully on the blue line. And Leach finally loses a draw, but McClellan's able to steal behind the net. Gets it right in front to Kennedy. Oh, and he's not able to get it out of his skates to get the shot on. Tully with a nice shot this time. Blocked by Kennedy in front. That looked like it might have got him a little bit. And Kyle Robitaille bringing the puck up. Goes to dump it deep, hits Tully, and it goes into the blocker side corner behind Rager. Here's Tully struggling with a little bit. Gets the puck up through the slot. That's not for the faint of heart, but does get through. And out to center. Comes back into Kyle McInnes, who's able to get it out, and Kennedy takes a little bit of a pop for his troubles. Tully reverses back around to McInnes. The forechecks on by Bellingham's able to turn the puck over. The dump in goes wide of Rager. And Melhout is able to get to the puck for Bellingham, and Tully's able to dig it out of the corner. Tully coming, gets it up to Kennedy, busting hard through the zone. It's able to, Bellingham's able to play the puck, but they get it right back to Tully, and kind of trying to slap shot, get the thing out, and is unable to. Sullivan's able to keep it in. Here comes McClellan, blocker side goal line extended. Stick handling, again, good strength, gets it right into the center, high slot for Leach. Leach is able to get the shot through.
Oh.
No. Kennedy actually kicks that one through and ends up, or I'm sorry, McClellan kicks that one through and ends up kicking the net off as well. So faceoff will come out to center ice here, and we'll have a change here. We got Ricketts, Garabrandt, and Bertuman out now with Sullivan and Scharfman back on D. Taking the faceoff for Bellingham will be Jake Schultz. Schultz is able to win the draw, but it ends up getting it back to Scharfman, to Sullivan. Sullivan dumps it deep on LeHue. LeHue with the save. Garabrandt's able to win the puck immediately, but then turns it back. And coming back out with that is Shane Hamill. Hamill's able to get the puck over to Bellinger. And Bellinger up to Sullivan. Sullivan coming in 1-on-2. They sweep the puck away. Brennan McCann sweeps the puck away, and now this game's getting a little chippy. The teams are just not liking each other. And it's been pretty physical. They just haven't been calling this stuff, and it's a little bit odd to see, because this is exactly what's kind of happened to us in the first and to Foxborough in the first few games.
Well, it hasn't been a physical game for most of the game. There hasn't been a lot of body contact. Some of the stronger skaters for Foxborough have decided to put the body on, and it's been a big transition from what we've seen earlier in the game.
Yeah, it has. They had about a 2-minute stretch there in the first that was a little physical, and then coming right back down here. I still think Bellingham's a little bit upset with the hit there at the end of the first that possibly could have been called, but obviously was not. And now to be shorthanded again for, I believe, the second time with 10:31 left to go in the second, down 3-0 is a little bit frustrating for Bellingham here.
Well, definitely the hit that Bellingham got called for was retaliatory. So that's always very frustrating for the fans and the team.
Oh, absolutely. Leach wins the faceoff again, gets it out to Tully. Tully over to Sullivan. Sullivan skating down, gets it down below the goal line to Ricketts. Ricketts to Sullivan. Sullivan's shot's deflected out in front off of Kyle Robitaille, but wide. Tully up at the top. Steps to the center. Gets the shot through, nice tip. Oh, Ricketts with the shot, the deflection off of LeHue. And LeHue's able to make the save and on Ricketts on the rebound. That's a really nice play by LeHue there to keep this 3-0. Just under 10 minutes to go in the second. Minute and a half left to go on the power play. Shot from Leach out on very high slot out at the blue line. Goes wide, and Tully's able to get it behind the net.
Yeah.
Right out to McClellan in the high slot. There's a mix-up in coverage there, and McClellan gets the goal from Tully. That's a beautiful pass right on the tape. I can't skate, and I may have been able to score that one. That was really well done by Tully, and great positioning by McClellan. When in doubt, always throw it to the front, because Ronnie's typically standing there.
You can see Bellingham is starting to slow down as the score begins to mount. The legs get heavier and heavier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think they had higher hopes coming into this one. And Foxborough's kind of taking the wind right away from them. And I do expect a little bit more physical stuff coming the way that this has gone, but hopefully not too much. Here comes the puck's coming out. Looks like it's coming all the way down for an icing. Tully, as fast as he is not going to catch up to that one. Day hammered that around the boards there, hard enough to do a full half lap there and go down for icing. And we'll have Leach taking the face-off here with Kennedy and McClellan, out with Tully and McInnes on the back end. Shot from the corner there by Kennedy, held by Cam LeHue. And puck circles around. Leach is able to win it, gets it back to Tully. Tully with the shot. LeHue didn't see it, but he does get a piece of it and knocks it wide. McInnes loses to Day. There's a slash, and once again they're going into the box. And he's going to go too. He's going to take Day for shooting the puck in after the whistle. Definitely a slash there on the first call coming there to Thomas Mailhook. There was just no reason to do what he did. And not only did he do it once, he did it twice. And honestly, that was going to spring calling Day for what was going to be a great opportunity. But that's a way to keep a defenseman from jumping back in a play.
Well, you can see the frustration that Day is experiencing. Foxborough has done an excellent job not letting him start skating at all. He's had no impact at all on the offensive side.
He has not cleared the red line without somebody draped all over him. So very nice stuff. Foxborough on the two-man advantage. Oh, Tully back to McClellan for a wide open net, and Ronnie just shoots it wide. Had LeHue without seeing the puck. And here comes Sullivan walking in. One-timer from the top of the circles by Kirk Leach there, and here comes Tully. Tully to the top of the circles, over to Sullivan. Sullivan's not able to handle in the face-off dot. Sully at the half boards, dumps to Leach at the blue line. Sully walking back in. Leach slowly getting lower. Takes that shot, hits LeHue in the helmet. Nice screen there by Ricketts, but it doesn't quite get through. And Ricketts with the win. Nice little battle there. Gets it back around to McClellan. McClellan up top to Sullivan. Sullivan over to Tully. Tully with a nice little move, gets it across to McClellan again. This net's off. They've got to stop this one. Couple of nice plays there. Here's Leach sitting out. Tully at the blue line. Tully over to Sullivan. 43 to go on the power play. 7:40 left in the period. Back behind to Ricketts. Kyle Robitaille is going to win the race to the puck. Not able to get it out. That's a really nice play there by Shane Hamill. And Hamill's going to call off the Dogs being down 2 men and go off for a change. That's a really nice play by Shane Hamill. Great effort there on the part of Bellingham to get that puck out on the 5-on-3. Tully back into the zone though. Skates back around behind the net. Looks to Sullivan out at the blue line. Sullivan winds up, the shot, and a goal. Sullivan power play goal. Goal number 5 for Foxborough. And they really have it rolling. That's nice puck possession. Really nice passing of the puck, moving the puck well. Everything that they're doing is well, and just adding to the frustration of Bellingham here. Got a feel for LeHue a little bit. He's made some nice saves in this game, and team's just been a little bit overpowered here. Foxborough's playing well.
He's made wonderful saves back there, no doubt.
We got Scharfman and Sullivan on the back line. Looks like, can't quite tell who that was taking the face off, but looks like Jared Peppard along with Brady Daly and Liam O'Toole. That was another really nice save off of O'Toole for LeHue. And honestly, he's playing pretty well. And the net comes off and a held puck, so either way the faceoff's going to be deep in the Bellingham zone. And Peppard's going to be taking the faceoff again with Daly and O'Toole on the wings, with Sullivan and Sharfman out at the blue line. And the power play is now over for Foxborough, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 5-0 Foxborough with 6:42 left to go in the second. Peppard's able to win the faceoff, but taken by Kyle McCann of Bellingham. Sharpman's able to win it. Oh, and just another ill-advised hit there. It's be interesting to see if that's a hit from behind or just an interference. But officials talking about it at center ice. Clearly frustration mounting here. That's going to get called every time.
This is a point in the game where you have to start throwing people out. You can certainly empathize with Bellingham and the season they've had and the score of the game, but if they're only going to be out here to try to hurt people, at some point someone's got to leave the ice.
Yeah, and they got to remember they've got Foxborough at another rink here coming up, so you don't want to get too crazy here. That's the 6:28 mark for that penalty. Tully with the shot off LeHugh's helmet. That's going to be a little bit ringing. Hopefully Cam's okay after taking that shot. That's a good hard shot off the forehead. Sullivan and Tully will stay out on the face-off here with Ricketts, Leach, and McClellan. Oh, Tully with a nice pass for Sullivan, looking for the Hattie. Ricketts is able to win the puck behind, gets it to McClellan behind. All the way behind the net. Back out to Tully at the blue line. Tully skates it to center. He's able to step through high slot. Oh, nice play. He's able to get in, circles back out, gets it to Leach at the top of the blue line. The top of the zone. You got Sullivan sitting right in front of the net. Here comes the shot from Leach. Oh, great save. Oh, great save by LeHugh, only to be followed up by Tully. Goal, 6-0. Another power play goal for Foxborough. And honestly, this has turned into the game that Foxborough needed it to be. This is a time to take advantage of the schedule here, and they've had a tough stretch coming in and really playing a nice hard game, and a game that easily could have come out flat after coming back to tie that game against Attleboro and earning a point, but certainly did not. And up 6-0 here in the second at the 5:40 mark. And now we've got the line of Joe Abdu, Matt Wynn, and Jared Stearns. Wynn wins the faceoff, gets it back to Sullivan for a shot from the red line. Sullivan and Tully out on the blue line here. And a nice win by Matty Wynn, gets it back to Tully. Tully dumps back to Wynn. Wynn gets it through, and Abdu behind the net. Turns that one over, and here comes Bellingham. Nice little move coming out by Kyle McCann. Was almost iced that thing, but was able to get it back. Here comes, first shot in a while. And I can certainly see why Jake Schultz has some points in this season. That was a little bit scary for Rager. Not seeing much action, and Maytag repairman style finally gets a couple and is able to make a couple of saves here. Colin Day throwing his weight around. And Joe Abdu is not sure so happy about seeing that particular ice time, but nice to see him out there. And actually a pretty good shift by those guys. They created some offense, got a couple of shots on, and really nice effort by them. And now we've got the line of Peppard, O'Toole, and Daly with McInnes and Tully on the back end. And Hamill's almost able to break in, but Tully's able to beat him back to that puck. And McInnes in a battle over there with Houston. Houston's able to get the puck, but yet again, just not a good hit. I honestly didn't see that one, so can't comment, but I'm pretty sure the video caught it, so we'll see at some point. Video doesn't lie.
Call is charging. That's the sort of call that you're going to get when the team is really upset and just wants to hit.
Yeah, most definitely. And 4:17 mark of 6-0 Foxborough. We've got Ricketts, Leach, and McClellan back out with Sullivan and Tully. Face-off win comes back to Tully. Tully with the shot, blocked out in front. And a nice clear by Kyle McCann there. Rager out to play that puck. Wisely dumps it behind the net despite what looked like going to be a very bad decision on a pass. Sullivan's able to come back and turn that puck over, which is good because Bellingham was walking in on that one. Gets it over to McClellan, open on the side, gains the zone. Tries to dump it back, but actually ends up kicking it back to himself. And Sullivan able to get the puck deep, but Kyle McCann able to clear again for Bellingham. Tully back to get it to the top of his own zone. Turns on the Jets to beat the forecheck, and now is deep in the zone. Being hassled there by Swain. Tully still with the puck after doing a full circle, and gets the puck out to Leach. The blue line back to McCann. Fortunately for Foxborough, I think McCann's a little bit out of gas because that one easily could have come back pretty hard and fast at them. So resetting behind their own net with 48 seconds left in the power play and 3 minutes left to go in the period. Here comes Leach, full speed, nice little move. Unable to get a clear shot through, and the puck comes all the way down. And 33 seconds left to go, 2:48 left in the period, 30 seconds in the power play. And Bellingham certainly getting physical here, and this time at least keeping it within the bounds of the rules. Out to Tully, off the shot block from Sullivan. Sullivan blasts another shot through and up out of play, and that'll come out to center ice. 2:28 left to go in the second period. 6-0 Foxborough with 12 seconds left on the Malhote penalty. And none of the players realize that the faceoff is back out at center ice with Abdu, Wynn, and Stearns back out. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Brian Gill out on the opposite wing. Sharpman able to come back and get the legal icing. Up to Hill. Hill skates in off the pass from Abdu. Oh, pass through the slot, and Sharpman in a race with Hamill gets it back behind his own net over to McInnes. McInnes is going to come skating out. Gets it deep. Penalty is over. 1:48 left to go in the second. Puck back out to Sharpman at the blue line. Gets it back deep behind the net. Over towards Gill. Not able to play it and just eludes Stearns. Back out to Sharpman at the blue line. Sharpman gets a shot in on LaHue. Not able to handle it, but fortunate there a little bit that his defenseman helped him out. And the puck all the way down for an ice. And the stoppage at 1:24 the second period with Foxborough ahead 6-0. Peppered, O'Toole, and Daly back out with Sullivan and Tully. Peppered on the face-off. Face-off's won by Bellingham. Dumped up to Sullivan, or to Tully at the blue line. He loses it, coming back in. Coming back in offsides. Not entirely sure that Tully didn't bring that in himself, but we'll have to see that one on the video. But certainly the call was made quickly. O'Toole has it, loses it out to McCann. O'Toole goes in against McCann and is able to win the puck up to Peppered. Peppered gets it in the zone, loses the race to it, but nice job of getting it in deep there. Tully out to Sullivan on the blue line. O'Toole unable to handle that when it comes all the way back down. Tully's going to win the race behind the Foxborough net with 48 seconds left. Slices in between the forecheck, gets around the third forward, and he's going to come in 3-on-2. He's got O'Toole and Peppard with him. Oh, gets it out front to O'Toole, and saved by LeHue. Got in a little too close. We got Peppard stepping in now. Oh, nice little reverse pass to Tully. Tully's able to skate through, get it over. Gets it to Sullivan. There's Sullivan's hat trick from Tully. I believe that's 5 points for Tully tonight. Obviously the hat trick for Sullivan, but a tremendous effort here by those guys. And we did see a hat on the ice from one of the Foxborough faithful. That was a really nice setup there by Jared. Made a nice little back pass to Tully when it looked like all the world he was going to shoot it. And he certainly should. I'm not sure that the referee's going to remember that, but Peppard certainly should have an assist on that play. Joe Abdu takes a nice hard hit from Malhout. We have Stearns, Wynn, and Abdu out right now with it's Grace and Scharfman out on defense. Michael Grace. And actually a fairly classy move there by Colin Day to just go ahead and hold that one and run out the period here. 7-0 Foxborough at the end of 2. All righty, back here at Foxborough Sports Center with Foxborough and Bellingham getting ready to start the third period. Foxborough up 7-0. Leach wins a face-off here back to Sullivan. Ooh, bad bounce, but we've got, Jake Warriors out on the blue line. I'm sorry, it's Sullivan and Warriors with Leach, McClellan, and Kennedy out to start this third period. And we have a change in net. We have number 30, Connor Callahan, in for his first action. Great to see Connor out there. And Colin Day rips a shot over the net for Bellingham. It's you can see why he's got some goals on this season. He can really shoot it. Kennedy into the corner with Swain. He's able to get the puck away. McClellan comes out and blocks a shot. And there's the first save. Gotta love it. Nice job, Connor. And here comes McClellan carrying that out. Gets it out to Leach. And Day's going to win that battle or win that race pretty easily. Now he's got some speed coming back up. This is what they wanted to do from the beginning. Oh, nice save. Atta boy, Connor. And Brady Daly's able to clear that one. Gets that out to Malhout. And Tully loses an edge, but gets it back to Grace. Grace back to Tully. And Tully's able to turn the corner here after all. And takes it into the Bellingham zone. He's in there with O'Toole and Peppard. And Daly out at the blue line. Daly dumps it back into the far corner. Smart play there. And Peppard's able to win the puck back to Tully just over the blue line. Tully's able to bring it back in, looking to shoot. Gets the shot in on the new Bellingham goalie, Rafus. Tully wins the puck out at center, brings it back out to the blue line. Heavy forecheck coming from Hamill. And Tully's able to get it deep, and the defense is going to change. We've got McInnes out with Scharfman now. And pass by Robitaille, trying to get Houston, and just out of Houston's reach, and it goes deep into the Foxborough zone where McInnes is able to get it up to the blue line. O'Toole's able to win it out, and here comes Brady Daly. Brady Daly 1-on-2. He's got Peppard coming. Peppard's able to win it, get in front. Oh, and Rafus makes a nice save, and that's a very bad hit after the play. All the way back behind the net. Whistle's already been blown, and then he blows him up behind the net. And Schultz is going to sit for a couple more. May have looked worse because he hit a smaller man, but still late on the hit in a game like this is just unnecessary.
You have to respect the ref's attempt to make sure the game doesn't get out of hand.
Oh, no question, no question. It's definitely a good call. Just hate to see it at this point. Tully and Sully out with Ricketts, McClellan, and Leach. And Kyle McCann giving Tully a hard time. Oh, nice shot, nice save by Rafus. Very nicely done. Rafus with a couple of nice saves there. Another one on McClellan from a foot or two away. And Kyle McCann's able to clear it all the way down. Callahan able to touch it over to Sullivan. Sullivan restarts from behind his own net. Takes it back from Leach. Leach over to Tully. Tully hitting Leach, streaking down the far side. Leach in alone. Up on Rafus, goes up top. That's a goal. Tully with his at least 6-point tonight. Sullivan with an assist there. And Leach with a beautiful finish there. Rafus didn't leave a lot there, and that shot's kind of unfair to a goalie. Kid coming in full speed and putting in a beautiful shot like that. Really nicely done by the freshman Leach. Now we've got Matty Wynn at face-off with Joe Abdu and Jared Stearns with Sullivan and Warriors. Here comes Matt Wynn. Wynn over to Stearns. Stearns with a shot, and Rafus with a save and a hold. Nice little bit of offense. Nice little passing there. Well done by now Gill, Wynn, and Stearns. Wynn loses the faceoff, and here comes Day. Oh, nice play by Gill. Gill gets it. Oh, he's in the high slot. Can't quite make that play. And Stearns takes out Wynn. Here comes Hamill. Oh, gets it across. That's a nice little pass. Warriors does all he can to make that play. Unable to, but that's a really nice hustle play there by Hamill. He's got it again, looking for the corner. Oh, just misses. Callahan might have had that one had it been on net, but it wasn't. So looks good. Warriors back in the corner to pick up the loose puck. Gets it up to Stearns. Stearns out of the Foxborough zone with Gill and Wynn streaking. They're going to call him for icing. He didn't quite get the red line. And we got Grayson Tully on the blue line with Bertuman, Garabrandt, and Ricketts centering the line. It's over to Kyle McCann. McCann off the faceoff gets a nice shot in there and just misses wide. Tully loses an edge behind the net, and that puck comes out to number 14, Larkin. Larkin loses out to Tully behind the net. Tully's coming out hard. Got a full head of steam coming in 1-on-2. Gets the shot, misses wide. Actually gets his own rebound out near center ice. Takes it out to center himself. Being checked there hard by Larkin. That's a pretty nice forecheck by Larkin of Bellingham. Tully dumps that thing back in. And it's going to be handled by Robitaille, but Ricketts right on him. Bertuman's able to collect the puck after the Ricketts forecheck. Garabrandt has the puck behind the net. Looks to get it back out in front in a nice hard battle with Chambers. Gets it behind the net to Ricketts. Ricketts gets it all the way out to Tully. Oh, Tully loses out. We're going to have a break. This is going to be a penalty. That should be. That. Oh, and now they're going to call Larkin on this penalty. Not sure about that one, but been a tough night for Bellingham, just getting tougher. Having a discussion here out at center ice. Chambers looking for an explanation and probably not going to be happy with whatever he gets. We have Ricketts, Leach, and McClellan out with McInnes and Sharpman for the power play. Nice face-off win. Sent all the way down by Kyle Robitaille. McInnes all the way back to get it with a forecheck from McCann. Gets it up, but not out. Leach is able to win that puck. Coming from Swain, gets it into the zone. There's a hard check by McCann there. Out to Leach at the top of the circles. Gets it into the high slot. Nice save by Rafis there. McClellan really got a nice one-timer in there, high to the blocker side, and Rafis makes a nice save. Behind it now to Ricketts. Ricketts back into the high slot. McClellan tries a little spin shot. Leach gets the puck out to McInnes, unable to handle it, goes back out to center ice. And McInnes will start it back up again. Coming through center, gets it into the zone. Dumps it back to Ricketts. Ricketts tries to get it through to McClellan's, not able to. Sharpman's unable to control, comes out to center. Sharpman collects and able to get that back up to Leach coming through center. And here comes Leach. Tries to get it over to Ricketts and eventually does. Ricketts controlling behind the net, tries to get it back to McClellan, unable to. And that's going to come out. Chambers is able to clear that puck for Bellingham. Sullivan dumps it back in. Leach is able to collect. Warriors gets a shot, gets it through, hits Ricketts. Ricketts is trying to get it back to McClellan, unable to do so. And Hommel's able to make a good dump in there. Gets in, puts a body on Warriors. Warriors is able to get it to Sullivan. Sullivan's coming out with Wynn, Stearns, and Joe Abdu. 7:25 left to go in the game. 2 seconds left to go on the penalty. The Bellingham penalty to Larkin is over. And we're back at full strength. Nice forecheck here by Stearns, Wynn, and Abdu. Puck comes back in. The Hamill shot goes wide. And Bellingham controlling a little bit of the play right now. Abdu over into the corner to get it. Turns that one over. Abdu able to get it back. Gets that puck over to Stearns. Stearns back to Sullivan. Sullivan's not able to clear. And Egan's able to get that puck deep. Gets it deep for Schultz. And here's Sullivan back behind the net. Sullivan over to Abdu. Abdu loses it back to Warriors. Puck all the way back behind the net to Sullivan. Sullivan hard around, and that's going to go all the way down for an ice. And we get a Bronx cheer there. May have earned that one.
Tough night to be a Bellingham fan.
Yes, it is. And we have the peppered Tully O'Toole, Michael Grace, and Brady Daly out. Shot just off the outside of the post for Day. That's as close as he's come to a real shot and a goal here. Callahan plays that over to Tully. Tully loses out to Swain. Swain looking for something in front. And I believe that Pep is going to take the penalty. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Brady Daly on the cross check. My apologies one more time. That's Michael Grace called for the penalty. And there certainly was a body flying there. Tough to tell what actually happened, but in that situation, that's probably a good call, especially in with the way the rest of the game's gone. So the power play for Bellingham at the 5:45 mark. Penalty to Grace, 8-0 Foxborough at the moment. Bellingham controls down Kyle Robitaille behind the net, being checked by McClellan. Pass across to Day, is able to keep in. Poke check by Leach, and here's a foot race between Leach and Day. probably interference, but at this stage of the game, we're going to go ahead and let that one go. Day comes back up. Here he comes, nice move on McClellan. Trying to use Sullivan as a screen, but Sully closes the legs and gets a nice deflection out there and keeps that puck off net. Day blasts that one back in. That probably should be inside as the deflection went off of Leach. At the 5:05 mark here now, 8-0 Foxborough. 1:18 left to go in the penalty. Bellingham on the man advantage. We have Leach, McClellan, Sullivan, and Tully out killing this penalty. Leach wins it out. Leach cutting through center, getting it deep. Nice simple plays for Foxborough, or all we need right now. Great forecheck by Ronnie. Ronnie gets that puck behind the net. Comes out in front twice, just misses wide. Really nice hard effort by both Leach and McClellan on this penalty kill, and here comes Day. Day shoots forward to Houston. Houston comes into the lone one-on-one on Sullivan. And unfortunately, not getting up quickly. Hopefully Houston's all right. Tried to beat Sullivan outside, and the hip check from Sullivan was a good one. Bellingham's not happy with the hit.
Looked like a pretty clean hit.
And he lined him up from almost the blue line in. It was a good clean hit.
He's right to put him in the box.
Actually, I think he just gave him the true gate.
You're going to chase a player around after the whistle. That just can't be.
Well, and again, I can understand Bellingham's frustration. They've had to go to the box on a couple of hard hits, but this one, they've had a couple of hard hits that also were good, clean hits, and this one was a good, clean hit. He lined him up well from the blue line, and you know, at this point, might be just a good thing to play a four corners type defense and just keep everything in front of you and just end this one. Well, we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 41 seconds at the 4:28 mark. We have Hamill into the box for certainly dissension. I'm assuming this is going to be 4-on-4 hockey anyway.
Well, I think that faceoff's supposed to be outside of the zone if they're down a man.
Well, it's because of the nature of the penalty, they actually put it where the puck was stopped, not where the penalty occurred. So coming out, I think, is the right play. Oh, there's a nice play. Tully coming out, gets it out to Garabrand. Garabrand dumps it deep. I think Tully really wanted that one coming back to him. Oh, nice pass in front. Oh, Tully to Garabrand. That easily could have been another one. Rafus had no chance on that one had it been on net. But made a good accounting of himself to shorten that net as much as he could. But that was a really nice play by Brendan Tully. And out comes Colin Day for Bellingham against Tully. Just unable to get that going, and it hits him back in the zone as Jake Schultz tries to bring it back in. Very nice poke check there by Tully. Now we have Kennedy, Garabrand, Tully, and McInnes out for the 4-on-4 for the last 9 seconds of the 4-on-4. And then Foxborough will go on another, 5-on-4. That was not a timed penalty there for the misconduct.
Yep.
It just gave him a misconduct. Tully back in, now all even at 5-on-5. Tully really looking for that hat trick, and I can't blame him. I think the net's off. Looked like Tanner Kennedy was over there doing pull-ups there for a minute, but I'm pretty sure that was not what was happening. And now we got Matt Wynn, Joey Abdu, and Brian Gill out on offense with Michael Grace and Taylor Sharfman out at the blue line. Kyle McCann back behind the net for Bellingham, starting to get the engine wound up. And he's able to get past the first forecheck, coming in on Sharfman. Sharfman does a nice job of tying him up. And Liam Clancy able to get that puck back deep for Bellingham. Sharfman collects in the own zone. And Matt Wynn able to make a play. Wynn with the puck, not quite able to clear it. Gets back in deep behind the net. And Schultz able to make a play, but Sharpman's able to take it away. Gets it out to center. Chambers has a shot. Can't quite get it all the way through. Nice little play by Brian Gill. Puck not out.
Helmet.
Yeah.
Lost his helmet.
Brian Gill loses his helmet out at center ice. He's going to have to go sit. Not for a penalty, but just come off the ice. And we have the Peppard, O'Toole, and Daly line back out, again with Sharfman and Michael Grace. 2:24 left in this 8-0 game. Foxborough has looked really good today. All four lines rolling. Looked very sharp. Kyle McCann out on the board. Shot coming in. Oh, and there's a goal. Number 21, Houston, gets the goal from Kyle McCann. And for all the things that have gone wrong for Bellingham tonight, I've said Kyle McCann's name a lot of times. Number 3 in black. He's been around the puck a lot, and honestly, in an 8-0 game, still playing hard. He deserves a point there. That's credit Bellingham for continuing to play hard, and a much-deserved point there for Kyle McCann on the assist to Houston there for Bellingham. And Daly's coming back in on the one-man forecheck. Nice little play there. Have two guys buried back there behind the net as Bellingham breaks out 2-on-2. And a nice back check there by Peppard. And Peppard's able to clear. Daly flips the puck up. McCann able to stop the initial rush. And Adams able to dump that puck all the way down. Probably should have been played by Grace, so rightly waved off there by the officials. And back to Daly. Daly tries to get the puck out and unable to clear. Brought back in by Egan. Warriors over on that puck. Shot comes back. Ooh, tipped by Peppard. By Peppard, sorry. And here comes Sharfman. Sharfman hard through center ice. A little bit of Olay defense there. Nice hip check attempt and to slow down Sharfman, and ends up behind the play. And here coming out to center ice, Daly nicely avoids the check, gets it and dumps it back in. That was really, really nicely done by Brady. And now Matt Wynn able to get that puck down deep. We've got 40 seconds left to go in this one. 8-1 Foxborough. Here comes the countdown. And Jake Schultz coming in hard for Bellingham. Goes outside on Sullivan, tries to dump it back in. Callahan with a nice save, gets it to the corner. Tied up, Warriors tied up back in the corner with Swain. Oh, Colin Day almost gets a shot in there. Oh, shot off the post there by Kyle Robitaille. Another name we've said a lot today. Warriors gets it, but not out. Day comes in. Ooh, nice block there by Sullivan to make sure that doesn't get in. 2-1, game over. Foxborough with a nice win here tonight for Bellingham, and we just need to stop talking here at center ice. Stearns and Day getting into it a little bit, and it just all needs to stop. Just go back to your locker rooms, boys. Nice win here for Foxborough. Sullivan with a hat trick, Tully with 8 points, seemingly. I think he probably only had 6, but it seemed like 8. And a nice way to close out the week for Foxborough.